You have to figure out every combo for yourself. But still, they made it to the point where you can still offensively, even if mashing need be, or not even that, just doing basic stuff. You're basically be able to give the opponent a pressure, just a lot of pressure. Honestly, also they've given classic controls 2 parry buttons, not 1, 2 parry buttons, which goes again to tell you that this is an offensive play control type. So that right there will be the first parry right there, which is on my controller L2, and then that, and then triangle and X. Look at the startup of it. It's at 37F for the 7F for the startup. 7F. It was at 7F for the startup. 37F total. But you starting between prairies, 37F. That is fast. That is fast. Now, and depending on the timing too of your opponent when they're timing the hit, you coordination, all that good stuff. But other than that, it's still relatively fast. So, like I said, classic is not bad. Classic is not bad at all. I like classic. I like modern. This is to give players just a different play type. Yeah, like you can be a total classic controls player because you're offensive. You're just an offensive play type. You're just a guy that likes to be up on people like that. Just be up on people and do a climb back up, because you can go back and come back in. You know, and then really just players usually will come forward and you're still giving it to them. Yeah, look at that. Look how fast that is. So you just have to understand that there's a difference in the button controls and the play type, but relatively both controls are the same. It's just one has the easier time pressing a button and all combos put into one button. There's a lot of fighting games like that now. A lot. You gotta understand, we're in this day and age. Dynamic's gonna be worse. You think modern controls is worse? Watch when Dynamic comes out. Dynamic's gonna have all of this. Now, to modern controls. We're gonna go to modern controls. I'm just playing with you. This is with any character. Some characters have more of a vantage frame than others. Cammy being one. She's the fastest light. So, relatively, like I said, you see how slow that is? Look at my frame. -3. So you gotta understand, y'all, like this is really just to give players just some information on how different modern is. Modern is a frame down. It's at 0 frames, times 1 frame with your PC. But depending on who you're fighting, you'll always be a frame behind. Look how slow that is. Look how slow that is. So at the end of the day, you got to understand that with modern control play type, it's about being kind of just waiting, patient, just waiting, because all your hits are negatives most of the time. So just understanding the play type of play styles of both controls just goes to tell you, yes, bro, no control type is better than the other. It's just a different play type. That's it, bro. I've seen people get bodied on modern controls, bro, because they're just very patient. They're just very patient. Justin Wong, very patient classic controls player. I believe he's played on modern before, so that's probably where the patience comes in. You feel what I'm saying? The more of the fact is to learn all three, how to be all three, a dynamic, a control, and a classic player. Sometimes I use classic controls like that. I could use these classic. Jump. That's the only thing. You're pressing one button. But at the end of the day, it's about the play type. It's the play type. If I know you're gonna jump in the air a lot because you're just offensively hitting for no reason, I'm gonna wait for you. And then once you come back down, I'm just gonna slap you with the That's simple. Man, like me for more of my videos, my player content, and not only that, no. Classic is not better than modern. Modern is not better than classic. They're both relatively the same, just different play types. Looking forward to hearing y'all again. Let's go. So yeah, you just have to understand that this gives people just an understanding of what you're doing. See, a real modern control player would know, okay, back step, back forward, back step, back forward. That's all people. That's all people know. It's back step, run forward, back step, run forward, back step, rock forward, back step, rock forward. If you see a lot of my videos, I do it all the time. I'll do it, I'll come in, and usually people on Classic are very offensive. So they'll just be throwing hits, and I'll wait, frame in there. It's about plus 2F. I know that move is plus 2F, so I just hit them with that. And I'll keep going with the combo. Jamie, no matter who you are, it's not the character that makes the game, it's the player. Some characters may be broken, but at the same time, players always mess up. So honestly, it's really a different feel. Like it really is. Like if I were just to go in and just do an offense with modern, because a lot of my stuff is freaking slower, bro. I'm gonna get blocked. I'm gonna get blocked, throw loops, heat, bodied. Bro, I'm gonna get so bodied. Like you just can't run up in there and just I'm gonna press the same control the same time at the same time. No, bro, don't work like that. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Remember, you're limited to so much moves. You're only limited to so much moves. You're only limited to so much moves. So you gotta understand, being a modern control player, it's never about, like I said, oh, well, modern control players, they're easy to use. You don't have to really do anything with them. All you have to do is just stand there and press one button. No, Classic is just as good, dude. I was like, Classic is just as unfair, because at the end of the day, I could say Classic control players, all their hits are very much fairly always in the positives than the negatives. They always have the advantage in frames for some reason. People say it's the same. No, it's not. If you look above the time, you see where the timer is. If you're playing a person and you look above the time, above the timer, you can see it's a R and an F. If the R and F0 says, if it says F0, that means that you are playing in the same field. You're playing in the same frame. Literally, that's Capcom is, man, once again, a hand. They're literally putting stuff in the game to know if a person is cheating. Like basically, or if either cheating or just flat out is lagging. Because a lot of the frames have to do with lag, internet, DI, and mainly frame. So honestly, if you see a person F3, they're doing something relatively, like it'd be a PC player or not. Yeah, and usually you only see people in F3 or F6 if they're like lagging bad. If they're like lagging bad, like really bad, like they're in the hundreds. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. I've done my homework. So like I said, just understand that this is given to you to understand both sides. That's why Capcom will be quiet right now. They're just probably sitting at their seats like, man, these guys don't know. We just gave them the newest thing in the book, and they're all just fighting each other over it. Scrub quotes because somebody said some facts. Come on, community. Like, you guys all know, like, anything that I bring up, or anybody else, or anything that's relatively factual to the game, is not a scrub quote. People only listen to people that, I guess, played the game for a long time because they know. I could completely be a guy that knows math, and I can see relatively right here that the frame is faster than on my side. So at the end of the day, just knowing the game in general, plus knowing the data, it's sitting right here in your face. I could put this on the internet right now. He would be like, oh, like it's the same thing. So, like I said, dynamic will be both. Oh, by dynamic's gonna be worse. Dynamic will probably be all the button. You'll get all the buttons, and you'll get to do one button motion. Yeah, you'll probably have three different ways to throw loop. Oh man, because they're gonna come out with Ed. I know they're gonna drop dynamic when they come out with Ed. Right when they come out with Ed. Right after this Evo, Ed's coming, and they're gonna drop that dynamic, and it's gonna be freaking amazing. I've never played dynamic in old Street Fighter, but I know dynamic's gonna be freaking amazing. It's gonna be freaking amazing, especially with the dry brush feature. Oh man, it's gonna be freaking amazing. People are gonna start talking smack about dynamic now, both modern and classic. Now the pressure is gonna get off of modern and classic when it's really all the same, just different player types. Imagine going to Evo and being like, classic controls, yeah, dynamic, we're gonna beat you. Like, why can it be fun like that? Like, why really can it be fun? Modern control players against classic, dynamic against classic and modern, dynamic against modern. Like why? Why? Or why not just learn all three and be the best? Dude, it's the same thing. Just for me learning modern, I could probably body somebody in classic. Just using classic controls. Like, if I get somebody down in classic, I could probably body somebody. Because I use classic controls. Oh, that would have been good. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you see, I'm using a stick with the arrows instead of the thing, and just mashing the auto. Yeah, bro, like that's what I'm saying. You can use all of this stuff to your advantage. Oh yeah, I'm ready to show you guys. Look at this. Yeah, see that? You see that? That's the only time you can get that. If somebody's at the wall. But even that, it's still -9. Look at that. When I did it with her and the classic controls, she was F+, F2. You see how you see what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm sorry. See? So if I do it again, +3F. If I do it good. But it's still -9 when I miss it. On classic, it's like -5. If you miss it, if you miss the fourth, it's like -5. Just understand, it's like a difference. It's like a difference. That's all people do usually. And if they have hit stick, that's way faster. They'll just be mashed like bad. So if I change it around again and I go forward and I'm right here, you missed the third hit. You see, I almost missed it. It's like I almost missed. And usually people can block that third hit. They can block it. So that's what you could practice, but likely of you getting it, because the opponent's not blocking, it's just apparent to none. In classic, I'm always getting this. I'm always getting that. I'm always getting that. It's always a frame faster. So there you have it. That's the difference between classic and modern. It's just two play types. Y'all already know, y'all.